Everybody, welcome back to Fonz Talks Jersey. It is I, Fonz the Falcon. Thank you so much for taking just a few short minutes to check out another video here on the YouTube channel, the official Jersey Connoisseur here on YouTube, or at least the second best good looking one, because there's always someone better looking than you. Nope, don't know what that intro was at all, but we got ourselves another season uniform preview, a new uniform season preview. We did it for the NHL last week. If you want to check that out, link is down below for that. But now let's get into the hardwood, the NBA 2024-25 season. Man, I'm getting old. It's the new season uniform preview for this season. Now, if you want to check out the 23-24 new uniform season preview, or any other leagues I've done in the past year and a half on this channel, the playlist is down below. But last season, we got some cool, a lot of different classic uniforms added to the rotation. Some new teams getting new uniforms and whatnot, too. A lot of good stuff last year. And this year, we got a couple little changes here, too. Also, talk some logo changes as well. A little bit of a breakdown here. I have it for you written down here. We got one league change throughout the entire league, or more of a league update. There's two logo changes, and in addition, two complete uniform overhauls. That includes a logo also. Two teams changed their alternate statement uniforms, and four teams will be getting a classic edition uniform for this season. Now, I'll say this now because I did this last year as well too. The city edition uniforms will not be mentioned in this video. Much like last year, every team got a brand new city edition uniform, so I decided to make a separate video for it with all the grades, and plus without the confirmed leaks, we know it's officially unveiled yet. And plus, it's cool to have our own separate video on the city jerseys, much like with the MLB City Connect and last year's city edition jerseys. Once all those city edition jerseys for the 24-25 season have been officially released, check back on this channel. I'll give my official thoughts and grades of them. So a reminder, the city edition uniforms will not be featured on here. If I see a comment saying, why don't you talk about the city edition uniforms that have been confirmed, I will block you. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to block you. But yes, the city edition uniforms will not be talked about. It's just the other different uniform updates on the season. I'm not going to lie. I feel a little harsh saying the blocking part. I do apologize. I'm just so damn excited for the NBA season. It is my favorite sport. I love the NBA. I love basketball. I'm excited. Also, go Knicks. Shout out Jalen Brunson. But again, we don't talk about the actual games itself here. Just the uniforms. Again, two of my favorite things. Now, the grading criteria is very simple. How they look. Is it a good upgrade? Is it a good addition? In the classic uniforms, are they good enough to bring back for the grade? It's very simple. Letter grades. You know how it is throughout this channel. I've been following for a while. Let's just get right into it. Quickly with the one league-wide update, Nike has officially have a contract extension with the NBA and the WNBA as well for a 12-year extension, which is quite a while we have on here. So Nike will still be the uniform provider for the foreseeable future with the NBA. And say what you want about Nike. Yes, some of the uniforms have been a little bit troublesome here, and they have a lot of ones that just keep adding a bunch of different uniforms, but they've had some good uniforms, some good classic edition uniforms being brought back. But still, I know the series uniforms can be a little bit much, adding so many of them every single year, 30 of them, so they are running out of a little bit of ideas. As the only thing I would change is to maybe bring back some older city edition uniforms, possibly just keeping the city jerseys for a 2 or 3 year cycle period, similar to what the MLB does. But no grade for it. I just want to talk about it. I'm excited to see what they can do for the next couple of years, maybe change some things. Like I said, the city edition uniforms kind of keep them, not as much. Now, enough. Let's get into the actual season preview for the new uniforms for the 24-25 NBA season. Starting off here with the logo change, we'll be seeing the Brooklyn Nets have a new logo here. Well, it's kind of an updated logo. See, their secondary logo is now officially their primary logo. Now, you see here on the side here, I have it here of the old logo and the new logo. So the old logo, it was the B basketball with the nets above it, kind of with the shield here. That's their old logo. The new one was actually their secondary logo, it's just the basketball with the B on it. And if you notice here, the lines on the basketball are a little bit thicker. Now, yes, the Nets do have a good color scheme, but the logo, it is very basic for me. It's not a bad logo per se, but again, it is Brooklyn here. You really can't compete with the New York Knicks here. Again, it's just a basketball with the letter B on it. It does get a B grade because a secondary logo, it's a little bit of an upgrade over the Shield logo, in my opinion. But still, just go back to New Jersey, be the New Jersey Nets. We all want that. Now, their global logo, which the NBA now has to have now for global teams, now to have the actual logo with the city name on it. You see here, too, the old one was the Shield one. It said Brooklyn on it. The new one above it is the Brooklyn Nets with a little bit of a circle here. It looks a lot better, in my opinion. Now, the global logo, I'm going to put a little bit higher up. It gets a B+ grade because it is a lot better than the old one because the Brooklyn here, the word mark, just didn't fit with that old global logo. This one is a lot more simpler here. It kind of goes well together with this logo. So again, it's a little bit of an upgrade here because the global logo fits better than the old one. Now, lastly, they introduced their new secondary logo, by the way. So the Brooklyn B one is gone now. It's their primary one, so they had to get a new secondary one. Now, you see here the new secondary logo. It's nets with the rim above it. The first time in the Brooklyn era, they have the actual rim or a net involved in the logo, which is just very, very weird to me. And it replaces their Brooklyn script logo they've used for the previous statement jerseys for Brooklyn here. This gets an A- grade. I think this secondary logo is actually really, really sharp here. I don't know why the scripture with the rim here underneath the Nets part, it just actually looks pretty good, and I will say that. Well, I'll forever say, Just go back to New Jersey. The Golden State Warriors also added a secondary logo this year, too. It features a W resembling a basketball net after a ball has gone through it. It also kind of looks just like an upside-down bridge. Now, this will be featured on the Warriors' new statement jerseys. More on that in a little bit. But the logo will be featured on the belt buckle of the regular Icon Association uniforms. Now, here from the official team website, it says the new logo represents the team's renowned style of play and combining a W for Warriors with a net symbolizing the three-point shooting. I get it. The three blue lines for the three-pointer, maybe. The monogram is designed to resemble a basketball net and rim with the slight arch and W, giving the impression of a ball dropping through the net. I couldn't have said it better myself. It is a simple logo. It gets a C+ grade. Again, it is a secondary logo, but we'll talk about the statement uniforms in a little bit. Logo, not terrible. Now let's get into the two teams that have got a complete uniform overall, starting with the LA Clippers. Now a reminder, a while back when the Clippers debuted this new logo and uniforms at the end of the 23-24 season, I did a video on it a while back. I'll link it up here and it's also down below. So more of an in-depth look, and I'll do a quick little rundown here. Now the new logo is a stylized Clipper ship with the basketball seams in its hull, surrounded by circles of a compass and a navy blue C in a white circle. Now you see the global logo says Los Angeles and Clippers underneath it here. The primary logo, you see the ship with the basketball kind of resembling underneath the ship here, with the C on it with the compass. You also see the partial logo of just the compass, the secondary A logo, which is LA, and the scripture of secondary B, and the C logo here of Clips and Clippers, respectively. And I know some people didn't like the new Clippers logos, but I actually kind of like it. It is a little bit of simplicity, but it looks really well here. It's definitely different from their old Clippers logos, and I give this logo an A. I don't know, I think the ship with the C on it is actually a really, really nice look. And the scripture of Clippers, I'm glad they kept the scripture on it with the old school ways with the Clippers. It's really good. Overall, A with the logo. Now, the new uniforms they have here resembles the uniforms they wore from 1987 to 2015 with the scripture of Los Angeles and Clippers on it. Now, here's the white association uniform. It features a Clippers modernization script watermark in navy blue along with the red numbers. Now, the association one, the white one, is very plain here, but it actually isn't that bad of a jersey. I think this is a little bit of upgrade what they've had in the past year, too. The scripture, I think, fits the Clippers a lot better. It's a nice old school way here. I think this is the best way the Clippers could go here. This does get a B grade, but the red numbers definitely do pop here. Now, the navy blue Icon uniform features the exact same thing with Clippers wordmark, but the red alongside white numbers. I actually think the Icon is a little bit better in my opinion. It gets an A- grade. I like this navy blue base here. It's really good with the Clippers in red and white here with the numbers. It's really good. It pops here. A-. Now the statement one is different here. It's a red uniform with Los Angeles script wordmark and navy blue along with the white numbers. And I didn't like the statement one at first here. I'm not gonna lie. Also, shout out to Paul George here that we never get to see him wear this on the court. But the statement one gets a B+ grade. It's a lot better than I've expected here. It took me a while again to like it. I am starting to like it a lot. It looks really good. B+ grade. Now, the Utah Jazz is the other team that did a complete uniform overall. Well, a 2-year kind of process here. Again, I'll explain more about that. And then you want to check out the video talking about the new logos and whatnot too. The video's up here and the link's down below. Now, this season begins a 2-year long transition from the modernization version of their 96 to 2004 uniforms. Now, for this season, to start off this season up until December, they're going to be wearing their white association uniforms and their black statement ones. So the highlighter icon ones, they're not going to be worn this season. Thank God, because those stink. But once January 1st, 2025 rolls around, they're going to be ditching that black statement jersey and getting a brand new one here. See the black base here with the Jazz letter note here with the purple kind of on the collars here with the mountain in the background. And they're also going to be debuting a City Edition jersey this season as well too. But again, I'll talk about that more with the other City Edition uniforms when they come out. Let's just talk about the statement one quickly. This black statement one is actually really, really sharp. It gets an A- grade. I like this Jazz note. I think the Jazz note is a really, really cool logo. It's simple here. I'm glad they made the note part of basketball. And the mountains behind it, it's a nice subtle look to it. It fits Utah really well. It's a good alternate statement jersey. This gets an A- grade. Now, I'm not going to talk about next year's association icon uniforms as it'll be for next season's uniform preview. But I got to say, for this one, a 2-year process, I kind of understand it because you're going to have to take out everything else you've had. It's only been around for 2 years prior, so you got to get something kind of a transition phase to kind of get fans hyped for next season. But still, this statement one, I can't wait to see them on the court. They're going to look really nice. Now, previously mentioned with the Golden State Warriors, they got a secondary logo. It's attached with their new statement jerseys. You see right here. Their last statement jersey they used from 2022 to 2024. This one here, it has a black base to it. Now, if you look closely at it, it has a little bit of a blue kind of slope here on here. It says here, according to the team, that the Bay Bridge represented on the uniform as a sloping cable connecting to the jersey and the shorts, while the texture elements mimic the inner wires of cables that support the Bay Bridge. Now, Golden State is written in a convex shape with the front uniform between the numbers here. It says Golden on top and State on the bottom. Now, honestly, this gets a D+ grade. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I wish the base was maybe more like a navy blue or maybe like a gold base here. The Warriors have so many different statement jerseys. They rotate them every 2 years. This one is just not the best of the bunch. I'm not a big fan of the font here. The number style is not too bad here, but the Golden State, the placement, it's not bad, but just the color itself with the black background here, I would prefer a different color here. It just seems like it's just missing something. Again, I'm just not a big fan of it. I just don't know why I don't like it. Maybe I'll like it once I see it on the court, but for now, just from the pictures, The Washington Wizards have a new statement jersey. For the first time, they got a brand new one since Nike took over. Their previous statement ones, they've used well before the Nike era. And this one here is the blue base here with the stripes here with the red stars here on top of it. And it says, the District of Columbia. You've seen this before on past City Edition jerseys for the Wizards. And even last year's statement jerseys will have the same thing. Now, the Washington Monument is located on the shorts of this jersey, right underneath the flag here. And it's not bad, this jersey. I feel like it's a lot going on here. If this was a City jersey, it would be a little bit more understanding here, but it might be a little bit too much here. It definitely is a little bit of an upgrade from last year's statement jersey. I think the Wizards need to completely change their uniforms overall, like everything. They got to kind of demolish everything, and that includes the roster too, kind of change it up a little bit. But this jersey here, I'm not feeling it. It's a C- grade. I like the District of Columbia. It's cool, but just kind of, it just seems like a lot going on with the stars, with the stripes here. You got to make them a little, maybe make the stripes a little bit smaller, maybe make the stars a little bit smaller, maybe less than 3 stars. Or maybe add more, but in different spots. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a lot going on. Now let's get to the classic uniforms to wrap on out of here. 4 teams, like I said, getting a classic uniform. Let's start off with the Golden State Warriors. They have a statement uniform added this year, but they're also getting a classic uniform for the 24-25 season. Now, if you see this one looking right here next to me now, this one might look a little familiar because this classic uniform is essentially their home version of the 21-22 Origins design they had with the celebration of the 75th anniversary in the NBA. Now, it's on to the 61-62 Philadelphia Warriors. That was the final season the Warriors played in Philadelphia. Now, essentially, I like their road version they had in 21-22 with the blue background here. The white one here, it seems very simple to me, but I get it during the time they were simpler jerseys. This gets a C+ grade. I liked it when they had the road one better in 21-22. This one just seems a little bit plain to me. But I will say the shadow drop of the numbers and the wording here is pretty cool. The Memphis Grizzlies are in their 30th season in the NBA, and they're bringing a classic uniform. And man, oh man, this one is an absolute beauty. Now in 2019-2020, the Memphis Grizzlies brought these bad boys here, the popular Vancouver Grizzlies one with the great collaring. I love this jersey so much here. The road one was a great one they brought back, but for this season, they're bringing the home version of it back. Now, I do like the teal one a little bit more, but the white one is pretty good too. I love the Vancouver and the Grizzlies here. The Grizzlies kind of pops nicely, and I love the collars and the shoulders here. It's just a really, really good one here. The white base, the turquoise on it, it gets an A grade. It can't beat this one. This one's an A+, but this is an A. It's still really, really good. There's something about those Vancouver Grizzlies uniforms where it's absolutely beautiful. Now, a team can stay in Memphis, that's fine, but as long as they bring these back every single year, either this one or the turquoise one here, it's great. It is one of my favorite classic edition uniforms in NBA history, at least during the Nike era when they're bringing back these classic uniforms, because these are an absolute beauty. Again, A grade. The third team is the Sacramento Kings. Their classic uniform celebrates the 40th season in Sacramento. Now, these classic uniforms, this is their road uniform they wore from 2002 to 2008. The purple base here with the black stripes on the side, and it says Sacramento in white with the black outline with the white numbers. And you know what? Back then, I wasn't a fan of them, but since they brought them back here and looking at them again, I've grown to actually kind of like these uniforms. This gets a B grade. I like the Sacramento. It's a little bit scrunched up here, but it is an old school feel to it too. Way to celebrate 40 seasons in Sacramento. I do like it a lot. The purple base is really, really sharp. I'm glad they brought the purple version back of this. It just looks really, really good. The Toronto Raptors are the 4th team here to announce a classic edition uniform here. Let's take a look at it. Now, this one here, this is actually their road look from 1999 to 2006. You see the purple base on the front, but on the back, it's the black look here with the silver wording and numbers here with the red outline here on both sides with the black stripes here with the silver kind of here on the slants. It's a really, really good jersey. I honestly forgot how good these jerseys were. Now, I know the Raptors purple dinosaur ones are iconic one. I love those too. But this one is actually an underrated jersey for the Toronto Raptors. This is to celebrate their 30th season in the NBA, and it also ties in with Vince Carter, who wore these uniforms during his time with the Raptors as well, too. They're going to be retiring his number. The first time in franchise history they're retiring a number here. And with these uniforms, it's kind of a nice celebration with team and Mr. Carter himself. This gets an A- grade. Again, the purple dinosaur is an elite jersey for the Raptors, but this one is definitely an underrated close second for me. It's a really good one. I like the one side purple and the other side black here with the red kind of outline of the numbers here with the silver on it. It's a really, really good jersey. I think out of all the classic uniforms brought back by Nike since 2017, this is one of the more underrated ones. This is a really, really good one. It's just amazing because I forgot how good these were. Again, A- grade. you nailed it here with these classic uniforms. I think overall, all these classic uniforms are really good. I'm sad they only have 4 this year, but again, you can only do so many and bring so many back. But that's the NBA season new uniform preview here on this channel here. So again, a little bit of changes here and there, some 2 teams with the complete overhauls and whatnot, but some other classic ones that are good, and a few statement jerseys, but not as much as previous seasons. What is your favorite new uniform added on this season? Let me know down below. And give me thoughts on your grades. Did I get a grade too high? Did I grade too low? Let me know down below what you think. As always, you can follow everything with Fonz Talk jerseys down below. On the Instagram page at Fonz Talk jerseys, I do some Instagram exclusive stuff. We're also sharing my collection, some Jersey Museum stuff, and some historical things. You can also follow my TikTok and Instagram at Fonz the Falcon. You can check out my YouTube channel, Fonz the Falcon, where I don't talk jerseys on there. It's kind of more like a grab bag of topics on there. I'm going to be posting some more videos on there, some non-jersey stuff on that channel if you want to check it out. And check out some other videos on this channel. I have some team top 10s. I've been doing the best NFL uniform matches throughout the week so far this season, and some other stuff here as well. Got some short stuff on here, some Jersey stories, some historical stuff. You don't want to miss out on these videos. And again, subscribe, and you know the deal. Tell a friend, tell a girlfriend, hit the bell. You know what to do by now. But that wraps up for this video. Have a good day, good night, good evening, whenever you're watching said video, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace out.